little. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Where's my shirt? Let's wait for these people to pass right quick. Shalom, shalom, shalom. So all this noise go past right quick before we get started, yo. Let's go to 12. Okay. For a minute. Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Son of Yahweh. Yahweh Shah 144 coming back with another live video. To prophesy the downfall of America. This wicked, sinful kingdom, spiritually known as Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah. And to also give you the good news to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Unto you speckled birds that look like the other nations, but your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom. But before we get started, I'm going to face the east. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder / bishop of Great Millstone, who taught me 100% of this truth, who teach and rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith, regardless if people here or forbear. Shalom. Title lesson of this video: what you gonna do when that bag becomes a microchip? What you gonna do when that bag turns into a microchip? Because everybody's chasing a bag, but it's about to become a microchip. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Call on JC, Jeebus Creepers? Gotta call on the right names in the Paleo ancient Hebrew language. What you gonna do when that bag turns into a microchip? What you gonna do? What, you gonna beg the government not to turn it into a microchip? Our people lost. Two-thirds lost. Let's get this right here. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. What you gonna do when that bag turns into a microchip? What you gonna do? Beg them not to turn it into a microchip? It's a part of prophecy. Thus said the Lord, thus said the Holy Bible. Let's get this right quick. 12. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and he that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he has but a short time. All our people want to do is hang out, have fun, party, chase the bag, travel, jet set. Hey, what you gonna do when that bag turns into a microchip? What you gonna blame it on? Sin? It's June. But the microchip is not a microchip? What is it? Come on now. Y'all already know it's a charagma. Strong's G 5480. Let's get that. Come. What you gonna do when that bag turns into a microchip, Israel? You still gonna take that chip in your right hand, your forehead, your leg, what, your elbow, huh? Your buttocks or something like that? What you gonna do? You ain't have no choice but to call on the Lord. But he's not gonna hear y'all. He been watching. All of this is live stream. He got his live stream upstairs watching downstairs. What you gonna do? Call on Jeebus Creepers? JC? Let's get this. So we living in some perilous times right now. A lot of our people don't want to hear nothing. They don't care about nothing. All they want to do is hang out, drive around all day. I've been watching brothers and sisters lately. All they do is hang out all day. All day. All they do is hang out. Eat, sleep, shit, hang out, try to act like they doing something. They just another walking Nolan Wells right now. See, you know what happened to Nolan? Oh, you thought them Edomites with your friend. You thought them Edomites with your boy. Man, you don't know Esau jealous of you? 2/3 don't get it. We living in perilous times. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. This known also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. That's what you see today. They love themselves, man. They don't love the Lord until they're on their deathbed. Until they sick, hungry, they ain't got nothing to eat, nothing to drink. They lost their job. They ain't got no money. That's the only time they know the Lord. Rather than that, they don't know the Lord. They doing everything, cares of this life. Just walking around, riding around, thinking they know things, just on the outside looking in. But if they know so much, they will be doing this work right here. Why they not doing the work if they know so much? 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, and unholy. A lot of them is unthankful. They get the bag. Oh, they good money now. I don't know. Oh, Lord, thank you. I got the bag now. I'm going to go about my business. Nah. What you going to do when that bag turns into a microchip? You're going to have to call on the Lord. And that day, you're going to have to call on the Lord. And if his spirit not dwelling with you, if the Rakakadash, which is the Holy Spirit, is not dealing with you, you're going to take that microchip. A lot of people about to take that microchip because they're worried about the cares of this life. Everything is about to burn anyway. But let's see what's going to happen to those who take the microchip. Let's get it. What's going to happen to those that take the microchip? That part right there. What you going to do when that bag turn into a microchip? Huh? What you going to do? You're going to have to call on the Lord. And hopefully he hear you. Let's get it. Revelation chapter 14. Let's get this right quick. And I heard Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive the mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. So a lot of people that take that charagma, man, that wrath, wherever you get that charagma, it doesn't matter where you get it. Right hand, forehead, arm, leg, buttocks. It's gonna be a rash. It's gonna be an outbreak on your body. Severe sores, pus. Like the story of Job. You see how Job broke out with all of that stuff on his body? Well, it's gonna be 10 times worse than that when you take that Microchip hit. What you gonna do when that bag turned into a microchip? And you standing online because you got to take that microchip to eat, to buy, sell, feed yourself, clothe yourself. They don't got the Holy Spirit. They're going to be terminated by the Lord, and they're going to get that microchip. Whether they get in their right hand, forehead, left hand, buttocks, titty, private part, wherever you get it. Let's let this nonsense go by. They all gonna take the chip. Worry about them. When they skin break out and they arm rotten with that chip in their hand, trust me. And they're gonna be spirits created for vengeance. Some people are gonna chop your arm on for that chip. Keep it warm, wrap it up, keep the blood flowing so they can pay for stuff quick, fast. In less than an hour, the chip will close off and turn off. Then you dash that hand away or that leg away or that body away. Those gonna be spirits created for vengeance. Don't mind these people. They're having a great time in life, but there's life after death. But before you get that tree of life, before you eat from that tree of life after you leave here, you're gonna have to be judged by the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, who they keep ignorantly calling as God and JC. That is not his name. God is just a title. There's no letter J in Hebrew because the ancient language is Hebrew. The first language on earth is Hebrew. They can't say the Lord is not a Hebrew. Matter of fact, let's get that right quick. The Lord is a Hebrew. Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, has Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbid, for I am also an Israelite. Let's say that again. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. And a lot of these small hats, these gutter rats that's in the Holy Land right now, can't even retrace their bloodline back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You believe that? Well, I believe it, because they're not the true children of Israel anyway. Shalom, shalom. Let's get something else again. Pertaining that the Lord is an Israelite. Let's get this. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Them small hats? Nah. They can't even trace their bloodline and their heritage back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let's get it. So the Lord is a Hebrew. He's an Israelite. So it's not black. It's Hebrew, Israelite. You understand? Con. I'm not worried about the cares of this life. What you gonna do when the bag turns into a microchip? Chasing the bag is about to be chasing a microchip. What you gonna do when the bag turns into a microchip? You're gonna have to call on the Lord that day to be covered with the Rakakadash, the Holy Spirit. What you gonna do when the bag turns into a microchip? What you gonna do? You're gonna go to the White House to tell them, nah, son, we ain't doing that. They just gonna gun buck you, lock you up, and that's it. What you gonna do when the bag turns into a microchip? They worry about the cares of this life. All of that is about to cut out. It's about to be martial law. Let's get that. Everybody's about to sit home again. What you gonna do? Let's get that.
Okay, hi.
Here we go. This is 2nd Idris, chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Hold on. It's always something out here. Nothing productive. Just violence and sirens. There's never no silence. Excuse me, let me get some water. Hold on, let me get some water right quick. What you gonna do when that bag turns into a microchip? They will get it. And you will receive the plagues at the same time. Your arm gonna rot off. You're gonna catch a rash. You're gonna keep scratching. You're gonna try to dig it out and act like you never got it, but the Lord know you've been got it. But let's get this again. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor prince, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. And a man shall desire to go in a city and shall not be able to. It's going to come a time you can't just drive around and walk up and down this way and walk up and down that way and go up this way. And it's going to come a time where it's martial law. You're going to have to stay home again. Let's get this. Let's get this. Here we go. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. So what you gonna do when they're chasing that bag, right, becomes a microchip? What you gonna do when that bag turns into a microchip? Everybody's holding a microchip right now. Where's my phone? You saw my phone? Yo, where's my phone? Yo, you saw my phone? Yo, I can't find my phone. They're already holding a microchip. They don't even know it. 2/3 of our people are slow. Let's get this. 2/3. 2/3. Let me tell you something about 2/3. I don't like y'all. I hate y'all. Y'all stink. Y'all stink. The Lord don't like 2/3 of his people. He's not coming back for everybody. Just because you an Israelite don't mean shit.
I'll do that to this camera, bro. Sorry, God bless.
Yeah, God bless you too. Let's get this right quick. This is the book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 16. They profess that they know Yahweh, but in works they deny him, being an abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. You don't want to be a reprobate. You don't want to say you love the Lord and do nothing for him. Just like a person say they love you, and when it's time to prove it or show it, they don't do it. And that's what's going on with a lot of our people right now. They say they love the Lord, but why not do something for the Lord? If you say you love the Lord, why not? A lot of them don't want to do anything. They basically reprobates. Let this go by right quick. A lot of them don't fear the Lord. They don't care about the Lord. They don't fear the Lord. Let's get that. If they fear the Lord, they will keep his commandments and try to keep them to their best abilities. There's over 600 commandments in the Bible. It's impossible to keep over 600 commandments right now, living in sleazy Esau Edom's kingdom right now. This is not even a kingdom. It's a queendom. Everything caters to women anyway, so it's not really a kingdom. Let's get it. They don't want to fear the Lord. They only fear the Lord when they sick, hungry, about to lose their life. That's the only time they fear the Lord. Is when they hungry, broke, or they about to die. It's the only time they fear the Lord. Let's get it. I like this one right here. This is Psalms 19 and 9. Fear the Lord. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. What's wrong with that? It's righteous altogether. It's nothing but truth. But you know our people, they wait to the last minute for everything. They wait to the last minute for everything. When it's time to go to work, whenever it's time to do anything specific pertaining to them, they're always late. They don't want to do nothing. Shalom. They don't want to hear nothing. Let's get it. But fearing the Lord is clean, true, and enduring for everlasting. Let's get this right here. This is Psalms 115, verse 11. He that fear the Lord trust in the Lord. He is their help and their shield. So by fearing the Lord, he will protect you. He is your shield, your buckler. Am I right or am I wrong? Let's get this. Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 27. The fear of the Lord prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. So if you wicked, man, you ain't living too long. Eventually the Lord is going to cut you down. Something's going to go wrong. Eventually the Lord is going to do something to you. So the years of the wicked shall be shortened. But you know people, big, bad, macho, everybody strong, everybody big. That don't mean shit. You can't box with the father, nor can you box with the son. Am I right or am I wrong? You can't box with the Lord. You can't. Let's get this right here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So you got to fear the Lord. That's the whole duty of man. But well, look what man doing right now. Nah, I'm good, son. Nah, I don't want to hear that. Nah, I'm good. Man, I got the bag. But what you going to do when that bag turn into a microchip? What you going to do when that bag turns into a microchip? They're going to take it. A lot of our people are going to take that chip. And when they get sick and they break out with rashes, sores, pestilence, diseases, the arms starting to rotten, wherever you put that microchip in your body, and your body starts to rotten, or they turn off the microchip. What are you going to do when that bag turns into a microchip? A lot of our people don't want to hear it, but they're going to hear it. They're going to get this work. They're going to get this work because they don't fear the Lord. They only fear the Lord when they broke, hungry, about to die. That's the only time they fear the Lord. Let me get one more thing based on fear of the Lord. This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 19 and verse 7. Wherefore now let the fear of the Lord be upon you. Take heed and do it, for there is no iniquity with the Lord our power, Yahweh, nor respect of persons, nor taking of gifts. You can't go to the Lord and bring him a gift. You can't go to the Lord and talk about, Lord, hold on. Let me get my credit card. I got my credit card, Lord. Yeah, look, take it. Can I get in the kingdom? Here's the card. Wait, hold on, Lord. Let me get that right quick. Hold on. Let me see how much I got in my wallet. I got Capital One. Let me see what I got in my wallet. Nah, the Lord ain't taking no gifts. He's not taking no gifts. Nor is he a respect of persons. The Lord don't got to respect you. Who are you? He respect his son and those who keep the commandments, definitely to their best ability. They fight to keep the commandments. A lot of our people don't fight to keep the commandments. They too busy hanging out, riding their little bikes, driving their little cars, acting like they know everything. Let's get it. They don't be quoting no scriptures. They just be coming up and quoting no scriptures. They step up to the camera and quote no scriptures. They be in the comment boards and they quote no scriptures. They just be leaning on their own understanding. Let's get this right here. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahweh giveth, that Yahweh in all things may be glorified through Mashiach Yahushua, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Let's get this. Because they not speaking according to the word. The creation think is more smarter than the creator. That's very off, very backwards, and full of wickedness. That's witchcraft. Let's get this. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to his word, it is because there is no light in them. You know why they're not speaking according to the word? There's no light in them. They leaning on their own understanding. Hold on. Let's get this. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 14. Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. If the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. So if the blind leading the blind, hey, you're going to fall into a ditch. Eventually, you're going to fall into a ditch. That's what the world is doing. The blind leading the blind. Let's get this right here. This is the book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 39. And he spake a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into a ditch? That's what's going on. The blind leading the blind. Surely they will walk and fall into a ditch. The blind leading the blind will fall surely in a ditch. So you don't want to follow everybody right now. Especially if they're not doing this work. If they're not doing this work in sincerity, in all truth, and honesty, they got to go, man. We're not doing that. The blind leading the blind. We're not doing that.
I need the money for that time. I need to treat you.
Because a lot of our people say they love the Lord, but they do nothing for the Lord. How you love the Lord, but don't do nothing for him? That's like people telling you they love you, but when it comes to doing this work, they don't want to do the work. Yo, shalom, man. You caught me. But this is good, though.
I ain't catch you, bro. Doing your thing, yo.
You already know.
Amen. Doing your thing.
Hey, I appreciate you. You already know it, bro. Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm just doing the work.
Listen, it's not over.
I appreciate that. Love you, you heard? All right, shalom, King. All right, let's get this right here. This is good. This is Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Which is a good thing. A lot of people see, but can't really see the truth. They read, but they don't understand what they're reading. That's why you got to look up the words. You got to really look up the definition of words in the Bible. So you're going to get more depth information about each word you're coming across. You understand? So you don't want to be the blind leading the blind. Because the blind leading the blind will eventually fall into a ditch. So it's best that you can see and you can hear. Blessed is your eyes for they see and your ears for they hear. Let me get some water. Salakia, let me get some water right quick. Man, soon enough it's going to be a famine of bread and water. But first it's going to be this word right here. When they remove this word, they're going to really be looking for this word. Mad crazy stuff, spiritual stuff, supernatural stuff is going to be happening once they remove us off the street. Salaki, I had to spit right quick. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, we doing good. This is good timing. It's going to eventually be a famine of the word, man. And when they remove this word, a lot of people is going to be thirsty for this word. That Bill C9, which is already placed in Canada, oh, man, it's about to be over. They don't want to hear certain scriptures come out, especially for the X, Y, and Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G community. You know how that go. They really being offended by this word right now. So that Bill C9 is something that's about to take place right here in America as well. Let's get this. This is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 11. Behold, the days come, says the Lord thy power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, from the north to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Got to get this word while you still have it. Got to get this word while you still have it. Just like in the book of Eli, or Denzel Washington, wasn't they thirsty for the word? Wasn't they killing for this word? It's going to come a time, especially when them ICBM missiles drop, Russia, China, etc. is going to drop nuclear bombs here. Let's get that. Mm-hmm. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 4. A fire is set among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Verse 7. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer, meaning them nuclear missiles. Because when Esdras had a view, which is basically a dream and a vision, back in the days, they didn't call it a missile because missiles didn't really exist. It was a bow and arrow. A bow and an arrow in ancient biblical times. There was no such thing as a missile created yet. So when he saw that vision, he called it an arrow. Verse, let's jump down a little bit. Verse 13. For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. And when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, just like in Terminator, Judgment Day, when they shot the arrows, which is the nuclear missiles, when they came out of the ground, underneath, out of the oceans, out of the water. What do you think is about to happen? Verse 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. So eventually, nuclear war is about to break out. Let's jump to the book of Isaiah chapter 13. Let's go there. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 5. They come from a far country, from the ends of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So the nuclear missiles is going to destroy the whole land. 4 corners of the earth, all round about. Matter of fact, let's get this. Let's jump to the book of Joel, chapter 2. Because they think the day of the Lord is going to be nice. The day of the Lord, he's going to come and hand out bottles of water, ice cream, sprinkles, pick up babies, kiss them, and take pictures and sign autographs. The Lord not coming back like that. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 2. The day of the Lord and of the day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spreadeth upon the mountains, a great people and strong. There has not been ever like them, neither shall there be any more after it. That's a fact. Let's jump to the book of Amos right quick. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desireth the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Man, it's going to be real dark down here. The day of the Lord, nah. It's going to be real spooky, real dark. Let's get this. Verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it? The day of the Lord is going to be very dark, very spooky, very evil. Let's get it. A lot of people think it's going to be all right. They think it's going to be the day of the Lord is going to be cool. He's coming to hand out bottles of water, like I said. Ice cream with sprinkles. Picking up babies and kissing them and taking pictures and signing autographs. The Lord not coming back like that. Let me get some more water. How long I've been up here? That's pretty good. Let's get it. The Lord put a spirit of slumber on 2/3 of our people. Let's get that. Because a lot of our people is asleep. What are you going to do when that bag turns into a microchip? They're going to get it. And what's going to happen when Esau say, fuck you, and shut your microchip off? Oh, you already fucked on both sides. The Lord ain't dealing with that. Now Esau, he damn sure ain't fucking with you. Yeah. What you gonna do when that bag turns into a microchip? Because they really think it's gonna be peace and safety. Let's get this. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7 and verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. There ain't gonna be no peace and safety. Nothing but war, pestilence, civil war, class war, race war, economic war. That third woe is right around the corner. Let's get this. This is the first book of Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child. And they shall not escape. So when people think they're going to escape this judgment, true story. You ain't going to escape no judgment. Not even the animals is going to escape this judgment. Nobody's escaping this judgment. Only the elect. Ain't no chariots what they ignorantly call as UFOs. Esau, fuck Esau. He know his destruction is coming. If they not of the 12 tribes, kick rocks. 2/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, kick rocks. Blessed is those that are of the 1/3, the elect, the hopeful elect. Let's get it. There's not going to escape. But what you're going to do when that bag turned into a microchip? When that bag turned into a microchip. When you got to access your car with a microchip. When you got to access your job and your bank account with a microchip. What you going to do? The Lord ain't going to be messing with a lot of people. True story. The Lord not dealing with a lot of people right now. Especially 2/3 of our people. Hell no. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not compared to it. Let's read that again. Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not compared to it. God. So what you're going to do when that bag turn into a microchip? Where Esau turn off your microchip, and you got to use that microchip at your job. Where your job say, up, you got to step into this office right quick. Come here. Let me talk to you. You know, we got a new policy here, right? You know, in order for you to get paid, you got to take this microchip. To access the internet, to access your phone, to access your vehicle, to access into your building. What are you going to do? Not me. Yeah, and I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down and finally be free. I ain't got to worry about money. I ain't got to worry about bills no more. All I got to do is worry about the Lord. That's it. What you going to do when that bag turn into a microchip? A lot of sisters going to get a microchip in their ass because that's what they doing is selling ass. They selling themselves already. What you going to do when that bag turns into a microchip? Just get this. This is Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 15. There is gold and a multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel. Meaning these scriptures, meaning the prophets that came before and the ones that's after. Great Millstone and the ones that's, affiliated with Great Millstone, GMS. Those are the ones, the true prophets. The Muslim Israelite groups, they're not talking about the microchip. They only started talking about it when we started talking about it. Other than that, they said it was June. They said the microchip was sin, sleeping with a white woman. That RFID microchip, a lot of people going to take it. They're going to be hungry. Man, the biggest guy in the room is going to be the skinniest guy in that day. Let's get this. Fix this garment right quick. Salakia, fix the garment. My bad. See the the microphone's still on. But what you're going to do when that bag turn into a microchip? A lot of people going to take it, man. They don't even care about the words of the Lord. All they want to do is be like Nolan Wells. A lot of them is Nolan Wells walking around right now. They got that spirit of Nolan. They want to be around the Edomite. They think they know everything. They want to dress like the Edomite, talk like the Edomite, walk like the Edomite. They got that Nolan Wells spirit. Ain't nobody stood up for Nolan. Ain't none of them banged out for Nolan. All they did was sat there and say, oh, that's messed up. But brothers, we did videos after videos showing you never trust thy enemy. So just like iron rusts, so is his wickedness. Oh, yeah, I got Edomite friends. Oh, yeah, those my boys. Oh, he gave me a job. Oh, that's my man. Oh, we about to play football. That's my boy. Yeah, you see me hanging with them. Oh, we here chilling. Look what happened to Nolan. They got a perpetual hatred for Jacob. You know that? They don't like Jacob. Esau never loved Jacob. Cain never loved Abel. Think about that. But what you gonna do when the bag turned into a microchip? What you gonna do? I'm not taking it. That's what I'm gonna do. I ain't taking it. That's all people care about is money. You know why? Because they ain't got no money. When you got money, you ain't worried about money. Money is always right there. Money is right there. It's right there. Look, money is right there. When you got money, you ain't worrying about it because it's right there. But what you gonna do when that bag turn into a microchip? Let's get this. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. So though you can have all the money, but you still an idiot. You're still a dummy. You still a retard with all that money. What you gonna do? Spend all your money, huh? On a woman that truthfully don't even like you. She never liked you before you had that money. Before you had that big house. Before you had that big car and a lot of money, that woman never liked you. So think about it. What are you going to do when that bag turns into a microchip? Because it's around the corner. It's right there. Because you know people, I got money. Yeah, you know, son. Yeah. That don't mean nothing because you got money. What you going to do when that bag turns into a microchip and your job tell you to step in the office? Huh? When the military is outside posted up with tents and you got to wait on that microchip line. Don't mind these other nations. They stink. And they only shining because we fucked up. That's why. Without our fuck ups, they will have nothing. They'll be picking up dog doo-doo, lion doo-doo. Huh? They'll be picking up lion doo-doo. You know that. Cleaning the bottom of my feet. Huh? You see the other nations already, like the so-called Chinese, which is Moab, already doing people's feet, doing their nails. Huh? This is the Lord's movie. I'm sticking to the script. A lot of our people don't like to be rebuked when it comes to this place. They keep tempting the Lord every day. Ignore the words of the Lord every day. But see, only a smart one, the elect, the hopeful elect, the 144,000 will do this work. If you know so much, why you ain't out teaching? They only know their nationality because of brothers like us. Otherwise, they thought they was Ethiopian and all sorts of this shit. Selassie said, I am just a man in Montego Bay, Jamaica. I am just a man. And a lot of them picked up and left. Let's get it. Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 1. A wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. That's the problem, our people. I don't want to hear that. You want to come in with that Bible stuff? We don't want to hear that until they broke, hungry, thirsty. They don't want to hear the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua until they're broke, hungry, thirsty, about to die. They're on their deathbed. Yo, Trail, what's up, man? Shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatham unto you, King. That's facts. Let me see. How we do this again? Facts. Yo, Trail, what up, baby? Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatham. Shalom. I'm still new to this YouTube stuff. I'm still trying to get this. I just saw you. I would like to make you a moderator. So fuck you. I've been trying to focus on this shit. This shit crazy. Oh, my bad. Salakia. Gotta go in, Op. We gotta go in, Op. You know how we do. We gotta stay strong in this, Op. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatham unto you. I made you a moderator. So any of these clowns or these Christians who don't even know the words of the Lord, that don't even be quoting those scriptures, you know, they listening to pork chop pastors, them pork chop eating pastors. Man, death unto 2/3, man. Oh yeah, you already know. You're more than welcome, man. You're more than welcome. But what you gonna do when that chasing that bag, and when you get that bag and it magically turned into a microchip? What you gonna do? You can't access your bank account. You can't access your job. You can't access the internet. What you gonna do when that bag turns into a microchip? They don't care, man. They love the cares of this life. Let's get this. Go to Luke. Let's go to the book of Luke. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, drunkenness, and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. When that day come upon a lot of people unawares, they're going to be looking for us. All they're going to see on YouTube is a monkey wrench. They're going to be where them brothers at. They're going to be looking at the corners, searching diligently for us. Where those brothers at? Running after us, trying to get our attention. But our tongue will cleave to the roof of our mouths, and we ain't going to say shit in the day of judgment. All y'all care about is the cares of this life. Y'all did not care about this truth. What you going to do when that bag turns into a microchip? Huh? Paper money is going to be obsolete. You ain't going to have it. It ain't going to be useless. You might as well put it in a garbage bag and throw it away. You might as well burn it in the garbage to stay warm. What you going to do when that bag turns into a microchip? All y'all cares about the cares of this life. Shalom. Ah. Romans. Let's get this right here. Let's go to the book of Mark. They don't know what's going on. All they want to do is have fun and kiki and kaka until they on their deathbed. until they're about to die, until there's no fat, there's no food. Huh? You're already eating GMO. You're already eating no real food right now. Huh? This is the book of Mark, chapter 33. No, chapter 13, Salakia, and verse 33. Take heed, watch and pray, for ye know not the time and what it is. Man, a lot of our people about to suffer. They don't even know they already got a microchip in their hand. Your cell phone. They tracking every movement and everything you do. Digital footprint. Your email address, your name, your number. What you gonna do when the bag turns into a microchip? 2/3 only care about the bag right now. They don't care about nothing else. What you gonna do? A lot of our people are very slow. Very slow. Let's get this. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 36 and verse 6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. So 2/3 right now, they trust in this place. They don't trust in the Lord. They trust in the Pharaoh. They trust in ancient Egypt 2.0, known as America, spiritually known as Egypt and Sodom and Gomorrah. Huh? They trust in Pharaoh. It's as if a man lean and it pierced into his hand. Meaning they're going to take that charagma, man. Our people don't care about nothing but the bag. But when that bag turned into a microchip and that hour of temptation kicks in, a lot of people are going to be tempted. They're going to want that lavish lifestyle again. They're going to want to eat good again. They're going to want to be on TikTok doing dances and all that. And all that BS. Huh? What you going to do when the bag turn into a microchip? They don't care. But when the government shut it off, well, after you get it, and they shut it off and punish you, now you going to want to be calling on the Lord. But he ain't going to hear you in that day. He not going to hear y'all. Y'all ain't want to hear the messengers. Let's get that. All they did was scoff and mock. All they're going to do is call on the Lord in that day. Cry out loud. Like I'm doing right now. Cry out loud and spare not. The Lord ain't going to spare them in that day. Because all they did was mock the messengers of the Lord. Let's get this. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. It's true. They mock the messengers of the Lord. They mock the prophets. They mock the messengers. They mock the message. And they think they really mocking the heavenly Father and his only begotten Son. Y'all got to be out of y'all rabbit ass mind. Let's get this. Bear with me. I'm trying to find something specific that I ain't found in a long time. Hold on. Here we go. This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 36 and verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people, till there was no remedy. So right now they're going to laugh, they're going to scoff, they're going to mock, they're going to kiki and caca and laugh at us. But you know how we are. You know, we don't care. We doing the work. We seeking above what's above the earth. Right now they don't care because there ain't nothing really bad happening. You see what happened in Venezuela? Oh, they thought it was funny. They thought it was kiki caca. We worship this. We worship this. We worship this. Yeah, until a 7.1 earthquake magnitude destroyed their ass. Let's get this. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 26. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your feareth come. Yup. The Lord is going to mock and laugh because all they did was scoff, mock, and laugh at the messengers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So what goes around comes around. Let's get this, and I'm gonna get 2 more precepts. I'm gonna close out. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 27 and verse 28. Mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie and wait for them. So when the Lord laughs at your calamity, good for you. When you lose your job, go broke for scoffing and mocking, or you get sick, and start calling on the Lord, and he ain't going to hear you in that day. They eating now. Matter of fact, let's get this. This is a good one. Let's get this right here. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time that dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So all these prideful weirdos, a lot of people got pride right now. And you already know pride comes before destruction. Let's get that. A lot of people got pride right now. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 18. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And a lot of people is prideful right now. They don't care. We ain't trying to hear that. Oh, you out there with them guys outside? We ain't trying to hear you, Drew. We ain't trying to hear you, Drew. Drew. You know, that's my name, Drew. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to hear me. You coming with that Bible stuff again? Just how they did to mock the prophets. Just like how they ignore the prophets until destruction came. Let's get this right here. This is good. This is the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 28. Likewise, also it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they did drink, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. So everybody that's chilling, hanging, partying, you know, doing their little thing, huh? Smoking, huh? Hanging out, doing whatever they do, the Lord is going to destroy them. The Lord is watching every little thing, down to the raindrops, to one single raindrop. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is watching. Let's get it. Let's get that too. The eyes of the Lord. A lot of our people think that the Lord don't see them. The Lord is not going to play the game, where's Waldo? Finding Waldo. Where's Waldo? The Lord not playing no games with y'all. Finding where's Waldo. Nah, let's get this. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Ain't no way nobody gonna escape judgment. We all in sinful flesh. We all a dirty rag in the eyes of the Lord. But at least try to keep the commandments to your best ability. A lot of them don't even want to hear it. They don't even want to hear it. They don't even want to see us outside like this, bro. But oh well, who give a damn? Con. Con. That's right. Hold on, I got another one. The Lord sees everything and knows everything. Let's get it. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 23 and verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knows not the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, considering the most secret parts. So you can't hide from the Lord. Ain't no way you hiding from the Lord. He don't care how tough you is, how big you is, how short you is, how skinny you is, how fat you is. The Lord is watching everything. His eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. Ain't no way you can hide underneath a car in the dark at night and the Lord don't know your ass is right there underneath that car. Ain't no way. Let's get this. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 17. For my eyes are upon all their ways. They are not hid from my face, neither is their iniquity hid from my eyes. So you got a lot of 2/3 thinking right now, the Lord don't see me, man. I'm all in the crowd of a million people on the earth, billions of people on the earth. He don't see me. I'm over here hiding. Hold on, my G. The Lord see me? Wait, I don't think the Lord see me, my G. Nah, that's bogus right now. They think the Lord don't see them in all of the things that they're doing. He knows the thoughts of man. He knows what you're up to. Let's get this right here. I wanted to get something specific. The Lord knows what you're up to. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can man understand his own way? So every day the Lord brings forth judgment. Every day the Lord knows your goings before you even think about where you're going. You got to say, Lord willing, Yahweh Abaratazah, which is the ancient Paleo Hebrew language, meaning Lord's will. Lord willing, you do this. Lord willing, I do that. Man's goings is of the Lord. So if you're not going into coming into this truth with a pure mind, with a sincere heart, and coming truthful, and to diligently do this work, hey, I guess you're a part of the destruction that's about to come. That's all. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 5 and verse 21. For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all of his goings. So a lot of people think they're doing their own work. Oh man, I'm gonna do this. Because it's times I say I'm gonna come out and do this work, but I end up doing something else because that's the Lord's will. It's an ancient garment. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. I think that was Ishmael, Ishmaelite. Ishmael just complimented the ancient garment. But I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna close out with this last precept. But what you're gonna do when the bag turns into a microchip? Let me close out with this. This is my favorite closing precept, as usual. But, you know, what you're going to do when the bag turns into a microchip is either you're going to have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, or you just going to have the spirit of Esau in all these other nations. But let me get this last precept and I'm going to close out. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the world to try them that dwell therein upon. But with that, I'll face the east and close out. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle, elder / bishop of Great Millstone, who taught me 100% of this truth, who teach and rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the hopeful elect. That's you. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep the faith regardless if people hear or forbear. Shalom, Malak. Shalom. Shalom, man. Appreciate you, Trell. Shalom. Barakatham. And to the elect, and the elect only. Shalom.